Look, sis, being a stylish traveler is hard work, and actually it can be quite overwhelming, which is why I have recruited my favorite travel advisor to come into a conversation and help you with those things that absolutely make you cringe when it comes to getting ready for a fabulous vacation. Because let's face it, packing should be the last thing that drags you down and zaps your energy before you go to relax, relate, release. It should start with the packing process. So stay tuned if you want to learn how to pack, what to wear, and how to do it with minimal baggage, both physically and mentally. Get ready, get set, let's slay. First things first, hey Slay Bae, hey, I'm so glad that you're still hanging out on my channel. Thank you so much for being so loyal to Slay Nation. I am happy to have you here. And if you're new, welcome. This channel is all about that content tea. Yes, transform, elevate, and attract. I oftentimes bring my tea with me, okay, to sip as I drop these gems as it relates to pro style tips for the modern midlife woman. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. For my Slay Baes who have been around for, I guess it's been almost a year now, I want to apologize. A girl has been crazy. Busy is not even the word. For you, I want to say, I missed you, okay? I absolutely missed you. And a girl over here is kind of struggling with building in a full-time career as a wardrobe consultant, personal stylist, and visual brand coach. It's a lot, right? It's a lot of work to take care of my clients at a optimal luxury level and keep up with content creation. So please forgive me for kind of being in and out of zone, if you will, but I am back, okay? I'm back. Every Thursday, I will be dropping, at least that is my intention, I will be dropping a new video for you guys with more content, again, on transforming, elevating, and attracting in your life all of the things that make you look good, feel good, and do amazing things in your everyday life. I would also be remiss if I did not ask you whether you have been following me, watching my videos for a while, or if you're brand new, to go ahead and click that subscribe button right now. I am on a mission to continue to grow this channel, to continue to drop great content for you guys for your transformational journey from wherever you're starting and wherever you plan to go. You know, I always say that what I call the Slay journey, it doesn't have an end. It always has a beginning, but it never has an end, because showing up as our best selves is self-care, and it's necessary for the ambitious modern midlife woman. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, I am going to go ahead and let you consume all of this amazing goodness about travel packing and travel tips and secrets from myself and a good friend of mine named Tawana Miner, who is definitely my go-to travel, what I call concierge. And I know that you're going to love the dialogue, the conversation, and all of the great resources that we're going to be sharing with you along the way. I have an amazing little gift for you to accompany this video. And don't forget to stick around to the end, because I'm going to be dropping some big time announcements. I have some super exciting, dope stuff coming up every single month through 2025. So this is your chance to get the early drop on what's coming next in Slay Nation. Grab your tea or beverage of choice and get ready to pick up these gems, sis. Hey, Slay Baes. Hey, I am super excited today because we're going to dig right in with one of my favorite chicks. She is one of my favorite Slay Baes. We've been knowing each other for years from all walks of life, previous to me doing this fabulous thing called styling and wardrobe consulting. And she has been my personal travel concierge. And so I knew that when it was time for me to start talking about travel for you guys, that she was the person to bring into the conversation. So with no further ado, I want to introduce you to a good friend of mine, prior and current clients, and my personal travel concierge. Let's welcome Tawana Minor. Yay!
Hello, Slay Nation out there. My name is Tawana Minor. I'm gonna keep it real simple because we got some gems to drop for y'all today. But I am the owner of a travel planning company called Live Travel Go, and we really help curate experiences for clients across the globe. So whether it's a day trip, a weekend trip, a multi-destination trip, we cover the full scope of things. So Shay has been a client. I have been a client of hers, and we just look forward to spending time together to talk about the importance of like what I do in styling and how they really work well together. So thank you so much for tuning in, and we look forward to spending the next hour with you.
Awesome. So before we get started, I would love to share with the ladies, because I'm sure they're going to probably have some questions for you, right? Like, how did you start this business, and your background, and from what is like a passion of yours or wants that, or urges and desires that you've had in your life, brought you to being a travel concierge?
Well, thank you for asking. And for me, it started with just traveling myself. I did not grow up traveling a lot. We didn't have the means to travel a lot. And to be honest with you, I didn't even dream about traveling because it just wasn't part of my lifestyle. It was all about family, and that's all I knew, was my little bubble. And so, as I got older, I started traveling a bit here and there. And in the I would say around 2018 was really when I felt the shift from a standpoint of how I was living my own life. And then, I went to Greece, and I did a solo backpack trip, on my own. Yes.
Girl, I don't know if I'm grown enough for that. I don't know. That's big girl stuff right there, Hunty. I'm here for that. So tell me more, but I just had to stop because I know that, in my girlfriend circles, we talk too about traveling and all of that. And it's like one of those things that is like, that sounds pretty dope. I just don't know if I'm the chick for that, but why not? Right. So I love hearing from people who have done it. And I know you've gone on several, not only solo trips, but overnight trips and stuff like that, which I think is so fun.
Absolutely.
So I appreciate that. But go ahead.
Yeah, no worries. But when I went to Greece, I came across this book, and it just stuck with me because I was in this place of reflection, really trying to figure out what was next for me. I had my background was in human resources, and that's what I knew, But when you travel, you tend to find yourself, and it really makes you reflective. It really makes you slow down, and it also makes you really, ask yourself some necessary questions about your own life. So I went to Greece. I came across this book by Seneca, and there was a line in there that it made me shift, and it said, "Life is long if you live it." And we often say life is short, but that changed my perspective. I was really at a crossroads of kind of where I was going. Not that I was in a place of, making a drastic change in my career, but it really just made me think a little bit different. So fast forward, I started to get into the travel industry, and I was doing it on the side. Just here and there, doing it for myself, doing it for family, doing it for small groups, friends, family, and strangers. And over time, as I just kind of continued on, I decided that I wanted to do this full time. This is the thing that I really feel connected to, and that I could also marry the amazing career I've had in human resources in my business model and how I go about the experience, not only for my clients, but also for the travel advisors who are on my team. So that was how I got into it, and truly my inspiration.
Yeah, well, that's fascinating. And there's a lot of parallels between your journey and mine from our corporate lives to what
Right.
we do now as entrepreneurs. So, love that. Can totally relate. And I'm sure a lot of slave babes on here can relate as well. So,
Yeah.
let's dig in. Let's talk about this thing. So, I've already shared with the ladies that I already have, like, literally right now, 4 trips lined up within the next 2 months. It's crazy, right?
Mhm.
So, and some of them, most of them actually are local US, they're not abroad, but the same applies, right? The same
Exactly.
applies to the extent of you got to pack, you need to, have multiple outfits, you need to have your tools and resources at your fingertips. So it doesn't matter necessarily where you're going, except for, climate, right? Climate control.
Exactly.
We'll talk about that in a second as well. But first, I want to just start talking about the packing strategy, right? So, regardless of where you're going, you're taking things, right? You're taking things, and you need to be properly organized. And I'm sure you'll sprinkle some of this in there too. You got to keep in mind some of the rules, the airlines, and all of that with, the charges and things for bags and all of that. All of that, we need to be keeping that at the forefront really of our mind as we're packing so that can be kind of our guardrail, if you will.
Yep.
So as for you as a top, as top tips for you as a professional, how do you think people can pack more efficiently?
So a couple things. Packing cubes are definitely wonderful, but you also, here's what I would say about a packing cube though. You still have to know how to pack because a packing cube can quickly turn into a weight, a 15-pound weight. Okay. Um, so don't put everything just because you got packing cubes and it looks real cute in there, that bag will become seriously heavy. So you do have to be mindful. So I would say if you know how to pack, packing cubes are great. If you don't, I might say gradually work your way into packing cubes and put a few things and get there. But one tip that I like to share, is how you pack in the packing cube, whether it's in the packing cube or not. So I bought down 2 t-shirts, literally the same type of t-shirts. They're cotton shirts, t-shirts. And my packing strategy is a lot of times people think that rolling is the thing to do, which is fine. It depends on what it is that you're doing.
Okay.
Personally, I find that folding takes less space. So look at this, the same type of t-shirt, literally, but look at the differences.
Yeah.
It takes up less space. So that's definitely something that I encourage people that as they're thinking about how they pack, how you put the things in there will make a difference in what you can bring along and how much space you actually have. And also just being mindful of the weight.
Can I add to that?
Absolutely.
Because I'm a huge packing cube advocate. Like I'm big on that. I don't know if you've seen that video a couple of years ago. I actually set the camera down and I
remember.
Had you all watch.
You were in your closet, I think.
I was in my office here. I was in my office and I was like, y'all, I'm about to go on a quick 2-day overnight trip. Let me show you what I'm packing. And I said, I'm only going to take a carry-on bag. Yep. So what I found with the folding versus rolling situation is that for some things that do lay flat, I will fold. Those things that can tend to be a little bulky, like jeans or sweatshirts and things like that, I will roll them and put them in the corners, right?
Yes.
To take up that excess space that you may have in the packing cube, because you can get the packing cube in a set, and I'll put a little picture of that up here, but you can get a packing cube in a set and they're different sizes of cubes.
Correct.
You're folding your stuff and you got like this little piece on the side of nothingness, right? Instead of trying to fold more in there, then do your bulky things that can be rolled and put them over in the side. So that's one of the little tricks that I use to like take advantage of all of that real estate, right?
Exactly. It is valuable real estate. And see, I tend to lay my jeans flat.
Okay.
Half.
Yeah.
Because it lays flatter. But it all depends on what your suitcase situation is like, what your preferences are. And to be honest with you, rubber bands. I had bought a bag of rubber bands from Amazon a couple of years ago And I just keep them because, to your point, Shay, when you do have those things that you are rolling and maybe you need a little bit it to be a little bit tighter, I put the rubber band on to actually keep the roll because a lot of things will unravel. So a very simple trick is just also just having a couple rubber bands and just taking some extras with you. Also, too, just having like, an extra bag that just lays flat. So you don't have anything in it. It is literally almost paper thin, but it's a bag that that if you purchase anything while you're away and you have the space to have an extra bag on the way back, get something that you can bring back that you don't have to buy in destination. I see a lot of people end up having to buy a whole suitcase or whatever it is. And why spend the extra money when you already have it at home? But those are little things that I would say. And then I think just being mindful of, I had a couple things here. I mean, these are things that I kind of learned from you as well, just, being a client, but, layering, so thin things that, this is nothing. This is a skirt. It's literally paper thin. And I just have a simple scarf and just this with a little cute, tank top takes up no space at all. So it's just being mindful of, you do have to think about what you're packing. Packing at the last minute will force you to overpack, period.
Yeah, period. The end of the conversation. One other thing that I would add that I started doing a couple of years ago is when I'm doing like a beach trip, like I be on the beach or in the water, whatever, I pack all of my bathing suits, whatever I would have in my beach bag, I pack it all in my beach bag and I just pack my beach bag. Okay.
That's true. That's good.
I think, right?
Yeah.
Essentially packing and it's simple. So when it's time for me to get ready to go to the beach for the day or an excursion or whatever, boom, I just take that bag. I'm like, okay, which swimsuit I'm going to wear, which flip-flops I'm going to wear. Well, usually it's just one pair of flip-flops, but everything is right there and it's already done, right?
Exactly.
Like in toiletries, like suntan lotion or over in the toiletry bag. And you know what I'm saying? Like everything is in one place. And that really saved me so much time and aggravation because, when you get to where you're going, you want to just enjoy, right? Exactly. You don't want to be like, have to have a whole moment to unpack.
Exactly.
Reorganize your stuff. Okay. So for me, that really, really, really helped me out.
Yeah. No, I love it.
All right. Well, listen, let's move on to some fun stuff like outfits, right? Like color palettes, outfit planning, and all of that. Because as you mentioned, we have a bad habit, y'all. We got some bad habits when it comes to packing, in that we overpack because we're not sure, right, what we're going to want to wear. Because a lot of times getting dressed in general, not just for vacations, is a mood thing, right? It's like, how do I feel? What do I want to wear today? So forth and so on. Well, when you're packing, you do have to kind of fast forward yourself to that moment and give yourself a mood, even if it's kind of artificial, just so that you don't end up packing 3 to 4 outfits per day, right? That's a no. You really want one outfit or 2 per day. And if it's 2, then they need to be easily transitional outfits, right? Things that are going to take you from day to night pretty quickly, maybe just with the switch and some shoes, or maybe a layer. Okay. So, or maybe even a bottom, right? Because you could have on shorts and then pop on a skirt, a nice maxi skirt or something. So you can be creative. But one of the things that I definitely suggest, and you guys hear me talk about this all the time as a client, Tawana, you heard me talk about capsules, right?
Yep.
Capsule. One of the main things that you want to start with when you're creating a capsule for anything is having a color story or a color palette, however you want to phrase that. And the reason being is because when you have that, then it makes it easier for you to mix and match things. Correct. So I would always say, like, hey, if you're going on a trip, you're going to have your basics and your neutrals, your whites, your blacks, your grays, your tans, things like you're going to have your neutrals. That's going to mix and match and vibe with anything. But then pick like no more than 2 colors. that you're going to highlight or accent with throughout your trip, right? So that it's much easier once you get there to put on that top with those pants, or those shorts with that blouse, or that dress with those shoes, because I haven't got to it yet, but that makes shoes easier too, right? Everything gets easier. You're not trying to be so matchy with everything.
Yep.
You have blues, greens, purples, yellows, you have the whole rainbow in your bag. Right? So having a color palette is so dope. And when I say color palette, keep in mind that doesn't just mean solid colors. It also means prints.
Yeah.
So if maybe you're on a safari trip or something like that, you want to take you some animal print or whatever, take a few pieces with animal. Take a few pieces with colors that look well with animal print, like bright, bold reds or yellows it's almost nothing that doesn't look good with animal print, but I'm just saying.
Right. I agree. I agree.
Your accent colors, right? And then start there. And then I say, plan your outfits, like literally look at your itinerary and say, how many casual fits do I need? Am I going to go hiking? Am I going to run? Am I going to do blah, blah, blah? Because then it informs you how many pairs of shorts you may need, or tank tops or sneakers. You should only take one pair of sneakers. We'll get into shoes in a minute.
I agree.
But it may inform you as to whether you even need to take any at all. Okay. Maybe you're on a trip that is pure relaxation and you're just taking sandals. I don't know. But this is the time when you're planning to figure that out. Any other thoughts or suggestions around? I mean, I probably could spend a whole outfit planning, right? Which, by the way, I do have a Slay Your Vacay guidebook. So this guidebook is going to provide you all, I'm looking at my notes, it's going to provide you all with a list of things that you can take. I mean, literally a checklist. I showed her before we came on the call. She's like, dang, girl, you did all the work, right? So there's a list. I talked to you about the color scheme, packing versatile pieces, not forgetting accessories, so forth and so on. Like it's right. Go-to guidebook for slaying your vacay. But any other thoughts around the topic of color palettes or outfit planning for you, Tawana?
No, I think you covered it well. I mean, those strategies, when you and I worked together, it helped me a lot because it really, I wasn't thinking in that regard. I knew how to pack light. Like I've been a light packer for people know I do a carry-on like most times. But from a standpoint of what was in, like the outfits within the carry-ons didn't really have a rhyme or reason.
Yeah.
So when I worked with you, it really helped me to, I think more strategically about like how I was going about this. It actually took the stress off. And the thing, probably the best advice I would give folks based on what everything that Shay just said is you do have to commit. Now, at some point, you can't just at some point, you just have to lock it in and be okay, because otherwise you're going to go back and forth. And then that's going to lead to the overpacking. And once you employ some of these strategies, the good thing is that you rinse and repeat. Maybe you change the color palette, but the concept and how you go about it shouldn't change. It should be exactly the same over and over again. Just modify the color every now and again. That's it. But
yeah, no, that's a great point, the rinse and repeat, because I remember one year, and this year is kind of shaping up to be like that year where like constant travel, right? Like every month I had something going on somewhere I had to be. And I had a literal vacation capsule. Mm-hmm. So that I had about 20 pieces that I would go to when it was time to pack. And I'm like, okay, for this trip, because it's just a weekend in Chicago, or this trip because it's 4 days in Jamaica, whatever it was, mm-hmm. I went to those 20 different pieces and I said, okay, boom, 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 go. And then mind you, remember my little beach bag is already packed, right? Because from one trip to the next, I just wash everything in there. Back in there.
Yep.
So I'm really just literally looking at my itinerary saying, okay, out of these 20, whatever, how many pieces that are in my vacay capsule, this is what I'm going to do for this trip because this is the vibe, right? That I'm Because here's the other thing, slave babes. Listen, them people don't know you from a can of paint. Ain't probably gonna see you again. They're not. I mean, like, don't get caught up in. I don't want to wear the same thing twice. I wore them at this trip, and girl, bye. Right? Like, give yourself break on that.
Right. And if anybody on social media is backtracking your trips, they got time on their hands. So,
Too much time on their hands, right? So, yeah. And then the other thing, and then we'll move on to some other things, which a lot of these things, honestly, they overlap each other, the conception, right?
They do.
But the last thing I would say about outfit planning is do yourself a favor and either I'm not even gonna let you off the hook. Wear the same thing there that you wore and that you wear back.
Amen. Hey, listen. You don't even have to think about it. You get there, take it off, put it in the closet. You're like, my outfit is ready for when I leave. Period.
Like, get out of that. You need an outfit to go and a different outfit. I mean, I'm just trying to help you out. That's all I'm saying. Because I adopted that. And that's another thing that just, one, it cuts down on the luggage because you're not packing that outfit.
Right.
You have it on. And then also, if you are an active person on your trips, you wear the sneakers that you're going to wear during the trip. So that's less luggage, right? That you have to use. Like, with, those airports are breezy, those planes are airy. And so you're probably going to wear layers. You don't want to have a whole situation.
Exactly.
So I would definitely recommend whatever you wear there, you plan to wear it back for sure.
Correct. Agreed.
Yeah. I'm glad we got that settled. All right. Well, on to the next topic, which is like versatile pieces, right?
Yes.
That, we feel like, what are those must-haves? What are those things that you would recommend, Tawana, that's like, these are going to be your workhorses for vacations and you'll not regret it?
Yeah. So a couple of things. There's 2 stores in particular that I just love to get my vacation items from. And some I've had for a few years, and trust me, I rewear them. Dress them up, dress them down, and they in quality clothes. So one is Athleta. Yes. They make some amazing travel clothing items, period. They're jumpers, they're rompers. You can cinch them at the bottom. You can wear them as a wide leg. You can give yourself 2 different looks with that same outfit. Throw a belt on, in the evening, cinch it during the day, pull them up. And, it's got the zipper. So if you want to have a little bit of cleavage and want to be cute and sexy, you can be. If you're cold, you can zip it up, layer it with a jean jacket, so be it. So that's one of the stores that I absolutely love. And the other one I got from Uche, which is Ever Eve. So I think that they're wonderful as well. I have a romper here that I wear over and over again. It's just a little short romper. It's got a hood on it. It's very casual. It has a zipper, and it's very accentuating. But that piece it's been tried and true over and over again. And I just love it. So for me, while there are, obviously, you can get things from all over. But from a standpoint of longevity, pieces that just last, my tried and trues are certainly Athleta as my first, and then Ever Eve, like I said, I have some of their pieces as well, and they have both stood the test of time. They're cute, they're adaptable, they're breathable, they're easy to pack. They're lightweight. They literally are just so lightweight. So even if I did overpack 1 or 2 of those items, my suitcase will be unaffected by weight.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love me some Ever Eve. I'm a huge fan. In fact, I think I just did a little short on a top that I got from Ever Eve. That, by the way, would be amazing for travel because it's super soft. It has the cap sleeves. So it's not hot, but it's not, you're not going to get cold in it as well, unless you have to have something on your sleeves. But what I love about Ever Eve is they understand the woman, hunting, right? Like, this is a woman owned and operated business. And for those of you who aren't familiar with Ever Eve, it's kind of like a mainstream boutique. So it has a boutique feel. They curate pieces from a lot of different brands.
Right.
They provide it in the store, and it's not, overly priced, but it's definitely not your TJ Maxx Ross situation either, right? Like it's the mid-tier high quality, right? Mid-tier meaning price wise.
Right.
They understand the woman, like underneath, where you have, like, even right now, okay, you see how a little bit of broad, something fat, and the spillage, right? It has like a panel underneath the arm. Like, who does that other than a woman? That knows you need that extra little coverage to feel, secure and feminine.
Exactly.
And I love that about Ever Eve. It's like those little details.
Exactly.
Well, I haven't tried Athleta. It's Athleta, right? I haven't tried them. Definitely will look into them. I would say one of two of my other go-tos are Spanx for Versace. They feel amazing. The quality is top tier. And the price point is, most of their stuff is right at $100, a little over, somewhere in that range. But the quality, hands.
And I would second that too, for sure, Spanx. Especially for like the garment. It's smoothing. It's funny, I tend to buy Spanx more in the fall. Just because it's so clingy, and when I travel, I like for stuff to have a little bit of airiness. But they also have amazing dresses and all of that. So I should have put them on the list. I agree with you because I have several Spanx pieces that I do not travel without. So
yeah. I mean, they have a jumpsuit out right now, and I'm gonna put it up here so you guys can see. That is just super dope. It has like that. It hangs so well, but you can tell it's airy, it's breathable, it's soft.
Nice. Send me the link.
Yeah, for sure. So, like, it's beautiful. So Spanx is one, and the other one is Actively Black. This is what I like to travel in. Actively Black is a Black-owned and operated business. They have luxury athleisure is what it is. And the quality is top tier, hands down. And of course, I love supporting Black businesses, right?
Absolutely.
So but again, the detailing. So what you said about Athleta, in that it's versatile, right? So you can dress it up or dress it down. So I can travel in it with my sneakers, but when I get there, if we want to go out and hang out, do a happy hour, whatever the case may be, I can pop on some sandals and look just as dope, right?
Exactly.
Heels and look just as dope. So I love the versatility, since we're talking about versatile pieces. I love of that, of luxury athleisure, that thing that, yes, it's kicked back, but it also can be dressed up at the same time in great quality.
Exactly. And I when I came to you, that was part of my challenge, because I'm not a big shopper. Like, I tend to just make work what I have. And I needed help because I wasn't up on all the things. I needed help with my body shape and how to really, for it to fit me in a way that was complimentary, that didn't make me look square, because I have a short torso, right? I'm short, and I have a large chest. I was sitting at, 8 digits into the alphabet. I started out 2 some years ago. I went from a B to an H. I'm like, what letter did what'd you say? So. So we were dealing with a whole lot of situations, and but that's what brought me to you, was really I needed that advice. Like, where should I be shopping? Because there's so many brands, right? So many brands, but I needed something that was actually going to work for my body type, my body style. And then once we worked together, I then began shopping with a different mindset of like, okay, what do I need to look for based on my body type? And that's how I began to shop differently. So yeah.
And your lifestyle, right? Like, so for you travel a lot, right? It's a part of your livelihood. And but my client base they travel a lot too, probably more leisurely than professionally, or it could be vice versa with some, right? Because we have a lot of slave bays who are jet setters. They have to travel for work. I was that girl, before I left corporate. I was that travel girl. So I had to learn how to, do this thing a lot smarter, but still, hold my own from a fashion perspective, because that's what people have come to expect from my brand, even before I started doing what I do now professionally. So awesome. Well, let's talk about how do we really round this thing out, because we still, just because we're traveling doesn't mean that we have to be frumpy, and doesn't mean that we always have to wear athleisure or if do, how do make it ours, right? Like, how do we put those finishing touches? And I believe it's through accessories, right? I believe it's through those accessorizing well and having the essentials on hand, right? To make sure that you can sustain your sleigh no matter where you are. So let's talk about some of those things. What are some accessories that you suggest that people bring on their travels?
Ooh, that can, it's funny because I used to, I should take this, I should take that. And I found myself with a heavy bag of jewelry because I wanted options. I had my options with me, and I realized I didn't wear half those options. I just needed some simple pieces. I do tend to travel with lighter pieces. So I have a lot of pieces from Africa that are beaded, and they're just so lightweight. They're colorful. They're fun. But I try to find like lighter pieces. I always travel with these. So I have had these silver hoops. They probably 10 years old, but they are just, they're just a simple hoop, and they're lightweight. I carry one gold, maybe two gold pair, because I actually prefer gold, maybe two gold. But I just try to find I try to pack those colorful items, because again, thinking about my color palette, right? And thinking about the things that I have, I then try to bring in those bold colors. So even if I did wear more of that muted color, like that off-white or that, simple gray or, black, I have a pop of color somewhere, because I do prefer color in my accessories. So I do try to just go through what I have. And I will say I have some staples that I just kind of keep on hand, and they just get repeated over and over again. But that's kind of how I do it. And I agree with you. That is the accessories. I showed the scarf earlier. This is just a simple scarf, but look how colorful that is. Maxi dress or whatever you're wearing. It's just a simple accessory that can totally change your outfit, and it weighs nothing,
Yeah, I totally agree with that. When I talk about capsule, that includes accessory. Let's say 20 pieces or whatever. That includes, earrings, a statement necklace, and bangles, right? So for me, for accessories, I love, especially for travel and hot climates, I love doing straw, wood, and what is that? It's clear, lucite. So it's, it's that clear plastic, because goes with everything, right? Yeah. So does raffia or straw. Some people call it.
And it doesn't get hot.
And it doesn't get hot. So you're in the sun, you're in the pool, those kind of things. And you don't want to take metal to those.
That's correct.
Right? They get hot and they burn you, or they get wet and they tarnish. So you don't want to take something that can withstand the conditions, right? The environment, without you having to be like, oh no, I don't want to, cutting in on the fun. So I do a lot of, and I'll show some pictures of some of the accessories that I like to rock. A lot of raffia wood accessories, because again, it's light. But you can find a lot of great statement jewelry in raffia and wood as well. Like you said, hollow beads, things like that. Things just are light, but you can get them in those colorful, poppy colors. So that, you can wear something that is outfit that's fairly neutral, but when you pop those accessories on, you automatically lift the look.
Exactly. And I would say too, just even what you put them in, I wouldn't call those packing cube appropriate. I would probably say for those things, like I have a little, I mean, it's literally about this big and it's maybe this wide, it's lightweight. But that way, if it does get smushed, my jewelry, I don't have to worry about my post, because that was one of the things that I used to worry about. I used to travel with a lot of all my jewelry in individual Ziploc bags. I'd take like maybe 6 pieces or what have you, which was great because they were all in their own little bag. They weren't, bothering each other. But I found that I still needed something to keep them in. So now I just have one place. I don't have to put them in the bags anymore. And I just put everything in there. And when I travel, that's what my jewelry goes in every single time.
Another quick tip.
What's that?
I have learned that and it's so fun. So you know how you get the bags, the dust bags with your handbags, right?
Uh-huh.
And a lot of times, depending on how big the jewelry is, like Sassy Jones, she puts her stuff in like dust bags. So love that. Hold on to those. Number one, hold on to those bags. Don't you can use them. Now, I'm not big on hoarding a lot of crap. Okay. Don't get me wrong, but that's a worthy hold on to for.
Okay.
So what I do is I get my jewelry, and I do have little jewelry bags too, but I get most of my jewelry and I put them in the dust bags. I organize them kind of. And then I find a purse that I'm taking, and I'm not taking on, but I find a purse that I'm taking, and I put my jewelry inside that purse. And then and reason being is because the purse is going to take up room anyway. Okay, in your closet. And if it's the kind of purse that can't be folded or rolled, then you may as well make use of that space.
Yes, because it protects the jewelry. Yeah. Yep.
It's another protection over the jewelry. So I put my dust bag of jewelry in that handbag, whatever the handbag is, and I pack the handbag. So now
And the other thing I would say too, this is a real simple example, but paper hats, like this thing. And I mean, and it's just easy. And when I'm ready to change up my look, I just pop on my little hat. I can tilt it to the side. I can, I got a little feather in there to sass it up a little bit, but it's just easy. But I mean, and I find these little things. I found this just, I don't know, it was dirt cheap. Like I think I was in Mykonos and found, I was like, oh my goodness. And this thing, I mean, I take it everywhere, but it's just kind of nice to have that when you're traveling too. Anything that can just go flat.
Yes. I love that. I need to find that somewhere because I do have, you know how you find the big beach, you can roll.
Yes. Yep.
Oh, I did love that. And that was like one of my staple things that I would take because I besides that, my other hats, I used to have to wear them when I travel, right? Yeah. I never wanted to pack them and I didn't want to have a big hat box and all of that. So I used to wear them until I found that you could roll. But now, okay, I need to right? That was when I had locks, and it was fine then because I could do my little pony through the hole.
Right.
But now I don't have any hair up there and I need protection.
Yeah.
Protection, scalp protection, hair protection because of my color. So I love that it's flat, but you still get the coverage. So that is a great tip. If you find before I publish this.
Absolutely.
So where we can get it online, you let me know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I will definitely share that with everyone here. All right. Well, these are great tips. I felt like it was one more thing that's a versatile piece. I can't remember.
Maybe real quick, since we're on like packing, I will say there's a couple things that just from a standpoint of just overall packing, little things like your atomizers, have these. I mean, this takes up no space. So again, for that packer that doesn't know how to pack, you do have to invest in some little things that can actually help you, but take your favorite, perfumes, throw them in this, and it's nothing. Throw it in your purse. It's, you can go through TSA with this, no big deal. Shay will appreciate this. We're gonna turn this fan on.
Oh yeah,
it goes up to 5. Like it's like a. Listen, we cannot over 50.
Yes,
we can't travel anywhere without this. I'm just saying. So get your fan. Whatever works for you. But this one just does all the things. I don't have to worry much about it, and goes both ways. So absolutely make sure you have your essentials, because while you're being cute and hot are two different situations. So stay cool.
Like, stay cool and cute.
But I'm going to throw those few things. And I mean, there's so much more to packing. We could probably do a whole class just on packing. That's a whole nother situation. But I just wanted to add those in because they're just easy, you know?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right. Well, actually that's what we were going to close out on, is if there are any final packing tips, things that you would say, don't leave home without it, or make sure you have this type of thing. Because it can be, and I, I am my audience, right? I'm that
Right.
got a lot of stuff going on. Kids, my kids are a little younger, but I still have kids 10 to. I got events to go to. I got, friend circles who always have stuff going on that I need to show up for, and just through my business I need to show up for. So, because of that, I know that planning ahead of time can get hard to do.
Yeah.
Are stuck at the last minute trying to make it work and trying to make it happen. And a lot of these things that we've talked about today take intention, and it takes pre-planning. But what I would say is, I promise you, once you get it, do it once with full intention and good planning. Right. And a lot of it you can rinse and repeat, like Tawana said, right? Like, once you have it set up, you can rinse and repeat. I've worked with clients who've done, 2 to 3 day overnighters, all the way to a client who she went to Africa for 3 weeks, right? And she was still able to pack enough in one suitcase. She was able, and you can do it too. It's just be strategic about it. And after the first time I did it with her, she didn't need me to keep helping her pack. She got it, right? Like,
exactly.
The tools and the tips and the things that we did. And again, to your point, just rinse and repeat. So ladies, you owe it to yourself to, take the time out to do it, at least try it once, and just, keep repeating these strategies, and you'll find that it'll be a lot more easier and fun, right?
Exactly. Well, I do want to, I know you'll mix this up, but I do want to add on one final packing tip.
Yeah, come on.
I'll let you throw that in because I forgot to mention it. So the other thing I would say is have your favorite jean jacket. This is also another way to pack accessories. So I actually have one pin on here, but maybe you put 5, and maybe on a couple of your outfits, you're going to use different pins. So you can have a couple of your accessories, just you can make your jean jacket work for you, make it look fashionable. And then knowing that you're going to take some of those same pieces off, incorporate them into your outfit. So I would just say always, always, always. I think most women have that jean jacket they cannot leave home without. So I could not mention a jean jacket, because for me, that is essential every single time I travel.
Yes, I love that. That's a great idea. And that actually made me think of one other thing as well. And that is something that I love. I cherish these in my wardrobe, whether I'm on vacation or not, but they definitely come in clutch on vacation. And that is dusters, kimonos, right? So I love these because you can wear them as cover-ups.
Yeah.
Right? Over your bathing suits during the day, and then you can wear them as, an accent of color and pop night over your little sundresses and things like that. So they can be workhorses as well. And you can wear them during the day for shopping. If you want to wear shorts and a tank top, throw that little thing on. You're so cute and chic and fashionable and cool at the same time. So like, a good duster can take you from early in the morning at breakfast, but all the way to on the beach at night. That's how versatile and amazing dusters and kimonos can be.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, we thank you so much for sharing your expertise with us, Tawana. We loved having you on. For
So much fun. Thank you for having me.
Oh, of course. For those of you watching, if you have any specific questions for Tawana about what she does or some of the things that we talked about today, please feel free to put those comments in the comment section. She will be looking. I will be looking. We will be answering questions and responding, accordingly. So please give her some love. And if you have any ideas or suggestions for more topics from Tawana, because she's a wealth of knowledge. She doesn't just know how to pack, okay? She knows how to, or travels, right? She knows, about the airlines, about the resorts, about different places to go, like all the things. And so speaking of that, I believe you have a YouTube channel. Is that correct? Or just let everybody know how to contact you and stay aligned with you.
Absolutely. So on YouTube as Live Travel Go, on Instagram as Live Travel Go _, on TikTok as Live Travel Go. But more importantly, to connect with me, www.livetravelgo.com. Learn about my company, but more importantly, for those experiences that you've yet to take, those that are on your bucket list and things that you're just curious about, reach out to us and we would love to help curate your future experience. So hope to hear from you.
Yay. I hope they hear from you too, Tawana, because Tawana has been my personal travel consultant for several years now. And what I can tell you about her service is that it's impeccable. Like the lines of communication stay open. She has so I hosted a travel excursion or experience kind of with my concept married around or covered around it. And we did some amazing things, but she was like my event planner, right? Like truly helping me ideate around how to set up the travel. And she came in and actually did a Zoom call with us to answer questions, to tell us how to get prepared, what to do, the whole nine. So when I have gone on trips that she has been our concierge for, I go in almost like a pro. And there's something to be said for that, because traveling the unknown can be really scary, right? And especially if you're doing a group type of situation. I know a lot of us are into doing girlfriend trips or family trips or couples trips and all of that kind of stuff. She's your gal, because she will be able to help you corral, all the things, whether you've ever been to the destination or not. So love that about you, girl. And I'm sure
so much.
Our ladies here will have some things coming up, or some things that they're probably thinking about in their head that they would love to reach out to you and get more information on.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Shay. I appreciate it. And I look forward to connecting with the Slay community. And until next time.
You know what's good? Slay all day.
Yes, Hunty. As my teenager says. I really hope that you enjoyed all of the gems that we dropped in this conversation and discussion. Would love to know your thoughts about any of the particulars that you want to know a little bit more about. It was impossible to cover everything in depth, but we wanted to give you a nice little sampler, if you will, about how to be the most stylish traveler and jet setter that you can. So hope you picked up a lot of things. Would love to know right now in the comments, what are 1 or 2 things that you're going to do or that you learned in this video that you're going to start applying to your traveling preparation? Would love to know what those are. And if you have any special tips or tricks that you would like to share with the community, please feel free to do that. We will eat that up too. With that, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with anybody that you know that would really benefit from this content and or the things that we talk about here on this channel. Until next time, I love you for watching. Always choose love and slay all day. Hey loves, hey, as promised, I'm going to give you a quick rundown of some of the most exciting things that I have coming up soon in Slay Nation. Some great IRL events, in real life events that I would love to invite you to, meet you, commune with you, have some amazing fashion, style, beauty, and image experiences with. So if you also have any ideas of things that we can do for the remainder of this year that would be fun, go ahead and utilize the chat and put them in the comments. So I'm going to start off with the most recent and talk through the things that are coming up all the way through the end of the year. First up is August 29th. If you are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area or plan to be on August 29th, we are going to be having a sip and slay spa night. Yes, I am teaming up with my esthetician who owns a day spa in downtown Dallas. She is a Black female-owned day spa that has been in business for over 20 years here, and I trusted her with my face, my skin, my beauty regimen for at least 17 years. So I really trust her wholeheartedly. She provides an exquisite experience when it comes to spa, and she is a wizard at skincare. She makes her own products. It is just a fabulous time. So we're having a sip and slay spa night on Friday, August 29th, kind of a back to school, back to work, back to you type of theme. And it's going to be absolutely fabulous. I'm going to pop up a little flyer here so you can see. I will be promoting all of these things that I'm telling you about, but I just want to give you like a quick rundown of what's going on so that if you can plug some things in and connect with us, I would love to see you. Second up, I have a amazing, I'm so excited about it, masterclass that I am launching called Elevate Your Essence. It's all about curating and crafting a more confident you. And this masterclass is 60 minutes, 90 minutes for a VIP experience, and it is on September 10th, okay, Wednesday, September 10th at 7 p.m. It's virtual, so you can attend from anywhere, and it is free 99, okay? It's free 99, so no excuses for attending. It is going to be a time. You're going to start to see promotions about that very soon as well. My partner in style, Angela Michelle, will be joining me in this journey, this masterclass journey. So if you know anything about our connection and how we bounce off of each other and support each other, and like we synergize in a way that is just, it's inexplicable. Like you can't explain it, right? So if you're looking to be a part of something, you need a jump start for your style and your image and your presence, and you don't know where to start, this masterclass is going to give you the jump start that you need. So open invitation for that, and only you, because you're here in this community on my YouTube, in my YouTube channel space, I'm letting you know that there will be an encore session, a live encore session. So not just a replay, but another session on September 24th. I'm not publicizing it. That's not public knowledge, but I will be doing that. So September 10th and September 27th for the masterclass is called Elevate Your Essence. Next thing I have coming up is going to be really like a replay of the Sip and Swap event that myself and 3 other ladies at Angela Michelle included. We have a collective called A Portrait of Womanhood. Back in the spring, we did a fabulous Sip and Swap event. So we're going to do one in the fall because yes, it's going to be time again for you to go into those closets and purge and get those things out that are no longer serving you. They may serve someone else. It may bless someone else, but you need to make room for the new blessing. So this Sip and Swap experience is so amazing. We had just a phenomenal time. The energy was just palatable. And I just know that you will really enjoy it. So if you missed it in the spring, you have another opportunity this fall. And that date is October 11th. So October 11th is Saturday. I think we'll do about the same time frame. I think last time it was at 2 p.m. So about 2 to, I don't remember, 2 to 5, something like that. I don't know. I'll put the, by the time I post this, I will have the date. So check it out. Again, we will be publicizing this. We'll likely be doing the tickets on Eventbrite, excuse me. And we would love, love, love to see you there. If you were there in the spring, put swap in the chat. If you were there in the spring, and just, you know, share a little bit about your experience. It was really phenomenal. So I hope to see even more. I hope to see double, forget double. I hope to see triple the amount of ladies that came out in the spring and the fall. It's going to be a time. Thing that's going on that I have on the calendar for now is, drum roll, sleigh crawl, but not just any sleigh crawl, but I am going to do a traveling sleigh crawl. I am going to go to Houston. Where my boots on the ground at? We're going to take the sleigh crawl and put it on the road about 4 hours south of here, and do a sleigh crawl in Houston. For those of you who are unfamiliar with what a sleigh crawl is, I'll do a couple of videos here so you can get a little bit of a sneak peek, but basically it is like a shopping tour. It's 8 hours, a shopping tour. It's an exclusive luxury event where I have luxury transportation, pick us up, take us from, you know, one shop to the next shop to the next shop. They're waiting for us to give us a customized experience, personalized experience, and they roll out the red carpet for us. And I am there. I'm trying to see if we can get Aunt Angela Michelle to team up with us, and we will be there to give you styling advice and tips, give you some assurance with the purchases that you're making, maybe even uncover some of the issues that you have when it comes to shopping, really beef up your skills when it comes to shopping for yourself and shopping with intent, okay, and for a purpose. So I'm really looking forward to this. I've never done it in Houston. If you follow me for a while, you know I've done it here in Dallas multiple times. I've done it in the Bay Area in California. I've done it in Atlanta. So taking it to Houston is like a thrill for me, and I'm super hyped and excited about it. If you watch my video on the closet cleanse experience, then you would know that my girlfriend is from Houston. I went to Houston to do her closet cleanse, and she was actually the one who encouraged me or invited me basically to come to Houston and do the sleigh crawl. So it is a limited event. Most of the things I do are exclusive and intimate. For example, for the sleigh crawl, I will only take up to 8 participants. Only 8 lucky ladies get to go, because I want to give you undivided attention, personalized and customized coaching and consultation. And so in order to do that, we have to keep it small and intimate. So when I start promoting, and I will start promoting at least for the sleigh crawl 2 months in advance, you need to hop on those tickets, because when they're sold out, and it's a wrap, right? So there's 2 events that I just shared with you that are like that. The spa night, there's a cap of 10 seats for that. And then for the sleigh crawl, there is a cap of 8. So, you know, you definitely want to move when you see that those opportunities become available. All right, my loves. Well, that's it. I didn't want this to be too long, but I did want to give you kind of like a rundown of what's going on in Slay Nation. There will be more information to come, but I wanted you to kind of start looking at your calendar, because I know how the last part of the year can get hella hectic, but there are going to be some times when you need to just like unplug and pour into yourself. And so out of this laundry list of items that I just shared with you, I'm sure you can plug into at least one, maybe a couple. All right. Check you next time. Until then, you know it's good. Slay all day. Mwah.